Hi everybody, Patrick here from EngineeringShock.com, PaintballProps.com, and EscapeRoomElectronics.com. Today we're going to put together our 42-button SPI keypad, which connects to Arduino. Next will come the video manual. This is a very easy build, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It does take some time because there are so many buttons, but it is a very easy assembly. So let me go through the components and then we'll populate all of the resistors. We have a single 470 ohm resistor, 8 10k ohm resistors, a 100 microfarad electrolytic capacitor, 3mm red LED, whole bunch of push buttons, 42 to be exact, 28 pin dip socket, programmed microcontroller, 28 pins, a single 0.1 microfarad ceramic capacitor, an 8-pin male header, a 3-pin male header, and a 2-pin jumper. So first things first, let's talk about the resistors. All of the resistor footprints are labeled. Along the bottom we've got 6 10k ohm resistors, they're all labeled 10k, and our last two 10k ohm resistors are right here, both labeled 10k. Our single 470 ohm resistor is right here, labeled 470R. There's no polarity, just solder them into place as flush to the board as you can to make it look aesthetically pleasing, and make sure that after you've soldered that none of the pins are shorting to any nearby components. So solder those into place, and next we will solder our buttons. The buttons are very simple. They only fit in one way, and they should be flush to the board. They should pop in. Now, what you might want to do before you solder them is follow my next steps. What I'm going to do, and you can do this however you like, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in all 42 buttons. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to solder one pin for every single button. Then I'm going to turn it back around again to make sure that every button is still flush. And if there are any buttons that aren't flush, I'm going to fix them because I've only soldered one of 4 pins, and then I'm going to finish soldering all of the remaining pins. So first things first, I'm going to populate all of the buttons. Looks good, right? Now I'm going to solder the rest. That's a lot of soldering. Next we will solder our single 0.1 microfarad ceramic capacitor. There's no polarity, it's a ceramic capacitor, and it goes in this slot right here. Your single 100 microfarad electrolytic capacitor has a long lead and a short lead, and it goes in the C2 slot. Now you'll notice that there's a pin on the left and a pin on the right, or rather a hole on the left and a hole on the right. Just above the left hole there's a little plus sign. You probably can't see it, but it's just above the left hole. So we want to place our positive lead, our long lead, in the left hole and a short lead in the right. Don't mix this up or else you'll blow your capacitor when you try to power this unit up. So again, long lead on the left, short lead on the right. Much like the electrolytic capacitor, our 3mm LED has a long pin and a short pin. So the short pin is the negative or the cathode, and the long pin is your positive or anode. And that goes into the SD slot right here. Long lead in the left, short lead on the right. If you reverse that, you're not going to harm your board, but your LED is not going to work. So long lead on the left, short lead on the right. The socket is very easy. Look at the footprint. There's a little notch in the footprint right here on the left. There's a little notch on the left-hand side of the socket itself. And this is important because it's an indicator that makes it so that we don't place our chip in the socket in the wrong way. So from a bird's eye view, it should fall into place. What I like to do is hold it with one finger, turn it around, dab a bit of solder on one of the end pins, turn it around, make sure it's still flat and flush with the board, and then solder all 28 pins. So once you're done soldering that, we will solder in our headers and then plug in our chip. The program select header is right there, and the main connector is right here, header. Now I suggest having this with the short leads facing down and long leads facing up, because we're going to be using this to select what program we use in the video manual. But for this one, however you like it, you can have it so that the main connections are from the bottom of the board or on the top of the board, whichever you'd like. Once you have it soldered into place, make sure that there are no shorts, and I will be soldering it on the top. And once we're done this, we're going to populate our chip, and that'll be the end of the video. As you can see, I've placed the jumper on just for safekeeping. Keep this in mind for the video manual that's coming up. Now you'll notice that there's a little notch on the left hand side of the chip. The notch on the left side of the socket tells us which way to put the chip in. If you turn the chip around and have the notch facing the other way, you'll blow your chip when you power up. So what I like to do is place the bottom feet in and massage the top pins in. And once I can feel that all of the pins are actually sitting, then I pop the chip in. It's that easy. So thanks for watching. I hope if you pledge towards a Kickstarter, this video helped you assemble. The Kickstarter has less than 2 days left, I believe. So if you haven't already, check out the link below. Thanks for watching, everyone.